Hello and welcome to another episode of eScoot Talks. So today is Christmas Day 2023, so I would wish you a Merry Christmas. I hope you're enjoying a time spent with your loved ones, and I also hope you're going to enjoy this episode. This episode was planned for quite a while, and it was supposed to be in December, but like a week ago recorded. I just didn't have time to record it earlier. So, well, okay, it's gonna be a Christmas episode. Why not? Hopefully next year we won't need to make episode like this. But for those who don't know, on 15th of December last year was the first reported case of Nami eScooter breaking down. To be exact, this part here, so Nami stem column failed. And I made a video a couple of months later, and at that stage of the recording of that video, we had I think like 3 or 4 cases. So it was pretty early stage, and lots of people are saying, you know, oh, but it's only a couple of scooters and this and that and whatever. And I said then what I'm saying now, that's just cases that we know. No, so first of all, big thank you to Steven Chain. Honestly, man, thank you so much. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't know about this issue, because we know how Michael Shah and Nami dealt with this problem. In most cases, they were just not approving posts, because in official Nami Facebook launch group, every post needs to be published, so that way Michael Shah can actually control what's going to be posted in a group and decide what he doesn't want to be there. And most of those posts couldn't be posted there. Lots of users would actually even end up being absolutely blocked. So if it wasn't for Steven Chain, who was actually bringing this up, we wouldn't know. Now, a year later, we have 14 confirmed cases, and that confirmed case is a really important thing, because every case, like there are more cases that we know about, but there is some data that Steven Chain is trying to collect. So the version of Nami, mileage, you know, and some of those informations. If he can't come across those informations, then that case is not being considered as confirmed case. So what's the real number? We actually don't know. Michael Shah does know, but he's never going to reveal that. And it's actually pretty simple and easy to come across to be aware that there is much more cases, because, you know, we were trying to find out, you know, like how many scooters are actually out there on the road. That number was never revealed. We know that there were 5,000 scooters manufactured by, I think, first or second quarter of this year. But how many of them are actually still sitting somewhere in a warehouse, or at that stage, how many of them were somewhere on ships being shipped to, you know, Europe or States? We never knew that info. So how many scooters are actually being used on the road? We never knew that info. So now, you know, today we are looking at 14 cases of Nami Burn E steam column problems. There are also some other problems on this model. There are some other problems on some other Nami models. And this is what we're going to be talking about today. So 14 scooters had that issue. We had, 2, 3, 4 cases of them cracking here, okay? We also have one case where the carbon fiber stem actually snapped. There are some more problems. Actually, Steven Chain actually made a nice chart. Okay, I'm gonna actually put that chart here somewhere with all the known issues across all Nami problems. So Nami Burn E, 35 amp hour version. Some of them have unknown Chinese cells. Then that model also has a problem with sudden acceleration, throttle latency, battery tube cracks. I'm actually not 100% sure what's that all about. I need to investigate that part. aluminum stem failure, head tube crack, and steering notch. Those problems occur on some of the 28 amp hour models and 32 amp hour models, and on some of the 40 amp hour models. As I said, that this full chart, it was already showed here, so you can also show it here again. You can pause the video and check that. Except for that, there's also problems with Nami Klima. There was problems immediately when they were released. They had problems with brake sensor that get stuck, and also stem clamps are cracking. But since the same material and same type is used on Blast, we can assume that that's going to be affecting Nami Blast as well at some stage, or maybe it is. As I said already earlier, like, you know, regarding this, we have 14 cases or one case of stem, I know 3-4 cases of that, but we don't know actual number, because this is only what's being recorded by one administrator in one Facebook group, okay? Now, if we look at how many people overall use Facebook, where Instagram is actually more popular, especially with the younger generations, and how many of those people are actually in that group, how many of overall owners of Nami scooters are actually in that group and they do speak English, you know, it can be that we know maybe 1 or 10% of cases. There can be over 100 cases of failed Namis, we just don't know about them. Now, overall Nami, with all this happening, I started losing trust. Okay, when this scooter was released, we were listening about, like, you know, how Michael Shah became a brilliant welder. Like, let's be honest, like, you know, this frame here looks rock solid. And, like, you know, when I saw first Nami, I was like, Jesus, that's brilliant. That's rock solid. And yes, exactly, this part of the frame is rock solid, but that's something that's not breaking on any of the scooters, okay? Scooters usually have problems, especially powerful scooters, with the stem, especially if it's single stem, because you're putting just way too many force and pressure on those parts. Now, I also got one pretty long comment regarding my first video that, you know, got already over 20,000 views in last 8, 9, 10 months since it's published. And now I'm not going to go through the whole comment, but I'm going to go through a couple of things and just, you know, kind of, let's say, reply to this comment. I really appreciate every comment. It doesn't matter does someone agree with me or doesn't agree. I like to read those comments. It's just sometimes when it's a bit longer comment, then I'll rather maybe make a video and try to answer that comment in a video. But before we go to that comment, I'll leave it here. I just want to go through a couple of other things before I forget to mention them. So I was talking to Steven Chain the other day. I was telling him that I'm going to be making this video. And I told him, like, okay, so this is a year since the first problem occurred. Michael Shah said that they're doing investigation. Okay, what did they achieve? Where we are 1 year after first problem happened. And where we are today in a situation that across whole globe, only 2 sellers, only 2 dealers have access to free replacement parts. We have a situation where upgraded steel part is available. One option is to buy that part. Another option is some people can get it for free, but they have to pay shipping. And that part is a lie and absolute scam. And now I'm going to explain you why. So the shipping fee is 180 or 200 euros, dollars, whatever. Anyways, it's pretty close amount of money. Now, China is part of developing country. China is still considered to be a developing country, even that it has a space program, so that makes no sense to me. But anyways, they're using that to get benefits when it comes to shipping. So if you want to ship same product from China to anywhere in the world, or from anywhere in the world, that same product to China, it's gonna cost you much more than if you are shipping it from China to the rest of the world. So like one shipping container full of goods from China to Europe or whatever is gonna cost you, I don't know, 1,500 euros, 2,000 euros. If you want to send a full container of goods to China, you're going to pay a totally different price. That's why we see in lots of cases, like, free shipping for lots of goods from China, because lots of them can be shipped technically almost for free. And, saying, that it costs 180 or 200 euros to ship one pretty small part that weighs couple of kilos, I know for a fact that that's absolute lie, because I shipped 11 kilos of goods by air shipping from China that arrived to Europe within a week, okay, and it didn't cost that much. Another proof of that is that when all these problems started, we actually had one really great community member who actually designed that same part, so that it can be done from steel. And someone in United States actually managed to arrange to have 20 of those produced. And, he said, listen, I just want to help community. I want to help people who want to get a replacement part. I'm going to talk to a company who's going to make those. I don't want to make any profit, so we're going to, just arrange a bulk buy of 20 of those, and how much they charge me, I'm going to divide it by 20, and that's it. You can try and guess how much one of those cost. So cost of one of those was $70 or $80. I don't remember the exact price. Made in US, okay? We know why everything is coming today from China, because you can manufacture everything in China for the fraction of the price you're going to manufacture it anywhere else in the world. So for Michael Schott to say that shipping is 200 euros, where we know that manufacturing price is whatever, and we know that shipping is not that much, the only thing that that's telling me is that he can probably get that manufactured in China for maybe $30, $40 and ship it to Europe or to US for another 20 or 30. So, he's making at least 100 quid on each of the parts that he should be replacing for free. And that's just, I don't know what word to use there to be nice, honestly, to be nice, because to me that's just like, what, I never ever want to do business with you. I never ever want to buy any part from you. On top of that, his approach to dealers, okay, so from all the dealers or all the sellers of his scooters, he only is supplying 2 sellers, one in Europe and one in US, with spare parts. Honestly, any of the sellers that are still selling those scooters, I just don't understand them. Are you guys aware that, like, for example, my Nami is still not broken, but if my Nami breaks, I know who I'm taking to court. No discount, like, I'm just going there, this broke, I want it, fixed. Every scratch that happened because that broke, I want that sorted. If it's not the way it was before the accident, we're going to court. End of discussion. Like, I'm not going into any other discussion. And all those 14 people or 24, 30 or 140 people, anyone who ever had a problem with Nami Burn E, okay, take your dealer to court, because your dealer should be smart and say, like, listen, there is a problem, that's it. Michael Shaw never even informed lots of dealers about that issue, because lots of dealers don't even know about this. If they didn't find it through the Facebook group or through maybe my videos, because, like, luckily at least 10 people gave up on an idea of buying Nami Burn E thanks to my videos, and I'm absolutely happy that I potentially saved their money in this or another way. Because obviously Nami, and that's proven here, like, they are making frame in-house, everything else is being outsourced, and quality control is not in place. So my battery was redone on this Nami, because it was potential fire hazard. There is an episode about that. You can find it, like this video is going to be in a playlist, and you can find that video in that playlist as well, or just check all my videos on my channel. Then on top of that, you know, there are some other things that are proof that the quality control probably doesn't exist. It's not in place at all. On top of that, Michael Shah has a practice where he's blaming customers for everything he can. So for example, with this stem column failure, it was like, oh, were bearings ever replaced? Who did them? Was it done properly? And this and that and everything. Like, I had a problem on this. I don't know how much you'll be able to see, but this front suspension, the adjustment dial, is broken, okay? And now that happened just 2 days after I got the scooter, and I'm repairing scooters over 5 years, okay? I said that already in the first video. I went straight to Michael Shah and I told him, like, listen, I understand your situation. I thought you might think, oh, this is some kind of a moron who used pliers for adjustment or whatever and snapped that. But no, this was stuck. And he was like, no, I don't care. I'm not interested about your background or whatever. It's a user error and that's it. Where would I get if everybody who comes to me with any problems, I would be fixing everything for free? I was like, okay, you don't care. You did care when you wanted my money, when you were selling that scooter, then you did care. Now you don't care. Okay, that says a lot about you, and you know, that's it. But like, and I told him that, okay, so obviously I'm an idiot that I don't know how to adjust that. How I didn't broke the rear one, how I broke only the front one, if I don't know how to do it. It's absolutely ridiculous. And the way customers are being treated from Nami and from Michael Shah, it's absolutely not acceptable. It's maybe acceptable in China, maybe they're used to that, but like, no, we are not used to that. Now, as I said, those are really not okay. We see, like, my personal opinion, and Nami and Michael Shah actually in some way they admitted it is their mistake, because if everything was okay with that aluminum part, why they don't use aluminum anymore? Now we're going to see what's going to happen with Klima and Blast, with their problems. Like, I will definitely make at least one more video about Nami. Is it going to be like, yeah, Michael Shah finally decided to start doing things properly, or is it going to be, I don't know, governments in some countries will maybe ban those scooters, that they are not allowed to be used. Especially if someone gets seriously injured or whatever. Trust me, government is probably going to step in. I hope so. I hope that nobody's going to get injured, let's be honest, but like, you know, those are the things that could happen. Now, let's go to this comment, so that I can talk about this scooter probably for like 5 hours, but I don't want to make this video that long. But also I don't want to forget to mention anything. So I'm not going to read the username, because I don't want to slaughter usernames or whatever. I'm probably going to put the username here somewhere, and the image of the comment. So, like, I disagree with the comment, but I still appreciate that comment being posted. So it says that, you know, those are not weak scooters, but, you know, there are like lots of videos of people doing this and that, and they're kind of like, you know, heavily abusing those scooters, and like, you know, those scooters are not BMX bikes, and like, you know, if something breaks because someone was abusing a scooter, then it's his fault. And like, you know, this first part is pretty tricky. Yes, those are not BMXs, especially if you look at the price. Okay, BMX bikes you have from a couple of €100 to maybe 1,000 or 1,500 euros, depending. Okay, but those even cheap BMXs, okay, that I used to ride when I was a kid, because we got kind of just those cheaper, not the pro BMXs or whatever, because we didn't have money for that. Well, those seem to be much stronger than these. They could be even more heavily abused than this, okay. Sorry, in my personal opinion, that there was a huge mistake done here, because, like, you know, from steering damper, from stem, like, you know, from steering to the wheel, everything has to be strong, okay. Where does chain break? At its weakest point, So even like, you know, this steering steam column, even if it's made of steel, it's still a bit tricky because first of all, steel and aluminum together don't work the best. And like, okay, you fixed one part, next part in that chain can break. Luckily, so far, we don't know about any of those cases. I hope we won't. But apparently, and I have that posted in one of my other videos, actually the aluminum can start corroding much faster if it's used directly in direct contact with steel. Now, okay, let's go to the second part where it's, you know, talking about 12 months warranty, and everything that happens out of warranty, it's your own fault. Okay, first of all, it's not 12 months, okay? There's going to be an image here from the official Nami website. 3 years warranty on a frame, okay? Now, is frame just this part where the battery is held? Well, no. Frame is this, frame is front and rear fork, steering, all that is basically part of the frame, okay? And like, as I remember, you know, Michael Shaw was saying that how he mastered welding. Well, man, if you mastered the welding, how is this breaking on your scooter if you're such a welding master? Sorry, I don't trust you, okay? That's just promo. Just self-promotion, and that's it. Now, further down the road, the comment says that there are steel parts available to buy and fit, to replace them, and things like that. And yes, exactly. And they're available to be bought, okay? Like if something is obviously not done right, then I don't want to buy a part, okay? I want that part that has to be supplied and fitted free of charge. And the next part of this comment actually is saying, and I don't know where you're getting this, honestly, you know, so the warranty typically does not cover labor cost. Well, I don't know where you're getting that from, okay, but what's warranty, okay? If I'm a seller and I give a warranty on this scooter, okay, warranty means that I guarantee that this scooter is gonna work without any problem for this particular amount of time, no matter is that 6 months, 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, it doesn't matter. Except for wear and tear, everything is gonna work perfectly. I guarantee that it's gonna work perfectly, and if it's not, it's my duty to fix that free of charge. The only thing, okay, that I can maybe charge is return shipping, and I'm telling you this from the like European consumers rights, okay? You can check that. So seller can only charge for a shipping if that is stated in a listing. So on your website, you're selling a scooter, and you need to say that on their website where you're selling a scooter, that in case of any issues, buyer will need to cover return shipping, only return shipping. Again, shipping back to the customer, manufacturer or seller has to cover. That's how warranty works. There are some shops even here in Ireland who are doing that practice where they're saying like, yeah, you know, warranty is a year, and I know the case, I'm not going to name a shop, but it was Cougar M4, display was broken, okay, and the customer was charged €80 for a replacement TF100 display on Cougar M4, but that display cost €40. And he needed to pay 80, and he was told like, no, you get a display for free, but we need to charge you a labor. And I'm like, that's an absolute scam. That's honestly an absolute scam. You have to do it free of charge. End of the story. If you're not capable of doing a fair business, you shouldn't be doing a business. It's that simple, you know. And now we're going to the last part of this comment where, you know, there's a statement. So the other day I was watching some YouTuber fool testing a new hyper scooter. He jumped it about a meter of the concrete and damaged the steering stem. Well, full. Okay, he wanted to test how strong that scooter is. Full, smart, crazy. Okay, everybody has their own views. I would actually absolutely love to see more videos where scooters are being properly tested, because there's lots of problems with Nami. Okay, so there are, if you go now here even on YouTube, you enter Nami Burn E and just go through thumbnails. And I did that before I started recording 2 videos there. 2 videos that have a thumbnail that says that that scooter is like a rocket that can fly. Okay, and there were videos published on all over all social media of these scooters jumping really nice curbs and ramps and doing crazy off-roading and whatever you want to imagine. Now, publishing something like that, okay, isn't necessarily manufacturer's fault, but it can be, because especially with these big hyper scooters on YouTube, how things work. Okay, so I wanted, for example, I want to get an eMotion RS myself, okay? And I went to InMotion myself and said, listen, I want that scooter myself, but also I'm going to be using it to make YouTube videos. I actually want to do some really interesting adventure with it. So, I'm not asking it for free, but can I get a discount so it's going to be easier for me? It's going to be used, to promote you guys as well. Now, nobody's going to sell you a 5,000 euro scooter free of charge just like that, okay? It's always a contract. You're basically signing a contract that has its terms. One of the terms is you can't publish a video without them checking that video. It's the same thing if you look at any of the tech YouTube channels that are doing mobile phones or whatever. It's always when there's new Samsung or iPhone being released, all the videos come out on the same day. They have to be published, only at in kind of a close date to releasing date. And they also have to be reviewed. Nobody's going to send you a 5,000 or 10,000 scooter and then you're going to be bitching about it. Okay, nobody's going to do that. So if I make a video, I have a thumbnail where that scooter looks like a space shuttle flying, to the space, and then manufacturer says, yeah, that's great, yeah, let's publish that. He technically agreed to mislead the consumer to think that that scooter can do, whatever. Okay, nobody's going to say, hey, I buy a Nami and I can fly to moon with it, like Elon Musk. What do you know? You buy just Nami and you go to moon, Of course, nobody's going to think that. But if you see in videos that someone's jumping heavy curbs or whatever, you're going to say, you see this? This is rock solid. You see what they're doing, okay? Even if they jumped that once and it didn't break, someone else is going to be doing that every day, So on a websites and on a manufacturer, especially on the manufacturer websites, if some scooter is not designed for something, that should be stated there. If that's not stated there as a warning, listen, this scooter is not designed for this or for that, then sorry, it's manufacturer's fault. So these are main reasons why I'm putting all the blame to Michael Shah and to Nami, because they are not warning people about anything. They don't have a servicing network across the globe in all the countries where they are selling their scooters. Because, sorry, I don't know who's official in Ireland to repair Nami scooters. Even that I can fix it myself? No, on purpose, I don't want to fix it. I want to bring it to official place who's going to check those bearings, lube them, because I know that they don't have enough grease there. I know that for a fact, and I know for a fact that they're already rusted. And I'm waiting for that to snap. But sorry, Nami doesn't have official repair center in Ireland, so I don't know where to bring it. And if I touch it, I'm losing a warranty, and well, that has 3 years warranty, so it's gonna be in warranty for at least another 2 years. So yeah, that's where we are, guys. And as I said, about this, there is upgraded parts available and things like that. I like analogies, so I'm gonna just compare this situation with the situation a couple of years ago My ex had Mazda 2 at the moment, 10 years old Mazda 2, okay? It was way out of warranty, okay? But there was a problem with airbags, and Mazda did a recall on those cars, okay? You need to go back to the official dealer, to official service center, and get those airbags replaced, okay? So what you're saying here is it's out of warranty, even that it's a problem that's happening. No, like, so Mazda should have then, like, there are obviously those engineers and managers in Mazda that care about their customers more than obviously Michael Shah. They're obviously what? Morons and idiots, because they were just supposed to say, no. Like, there's a problem with those airbags, but we have upgraded airbags here. You can go to our center and get it fitted for this and that amount of money. And that would be okay. Like, I don't know, like, I don't understand people who are thinking that way, but like, for those of you who are maybe thinking that way, well, listen, this brilliant scooter is actually out for sale, so if you want to buy it, like, if something breaks, well, it's your problem. No, guys, no, it doesn't work like that. Like, okay, if you believe everything that someone tells you, okay, you have every right to think your way, and I have every right to think my way. I think this is not the way we want to be treated. I think this is not the way things are being done in modern world. So yeah, I disapprove. I will never ever buy any Nami product until this is sorted. And when it's sorted, if I get it, next Nami goes into pieces. Everything to be checked, just to double check, are they started doing quality control proper way again? Because doing a proper quality control means slower manufacturing time, because every, 20th or 30th scooter technically gets destroyed to check how quality those parts are. And, that then brings manufacturing cost higher and production speeds much slower. Because, to properly test this, you need to test how much force will most of those parts survive, and you do that. Like, I was working in a factory, and every 30th product would be subject to stress test to check when it's going to snap, just to make sure that nobody there at the production line didn't decide to change a ligur a little bit just to make things cheaper. So yeah, that's how you're supposed to be doing it. I hope that we're going to start getting scooters like that soon. I hope we're going to actually see soon good European manufacturers of electric scooters, so that we are not stuck with Chinese products where they're hiding behind other countries' laws, so that you can't sue them or anything like that, because no company in China will never sue them if they don't have a official office anywhere in other countries. You can't do anything about it. I hope actually also that the world's governments, is going to bring in a law so that those Chinese companies can sell in Europe or in States only if they have a company registered there. That way consumers can be a bit safer, because then they can sue a local company, and that's it. And as I said, all the people that had those problems, I would advise them to go to their sellers, tell them, about the situation. If their seller refuses to help them out, I think that, now with so many cases, you can pretty easily prove that that is actually not a good quality product. There was actually a plan, and Stephen Chain was also saying that he actually wants to do a laboratory testing on the original stem column just to check actually how strong it is. So I hope that's going to happen at some stage. So yeah, anyways, let's wrap it out. So that's all for this video. As I said, Nami is far away from being a perfect scooter. They have lots of homework to do and learn how to do business in some other countries outside of China. And until that happens, I honestly can't recommend them. I hope you're going to avoid them. At least 10 people that I know so far, thanks to my videos, decided not to buy Nami. And I hope I'm going to help more people, because we had a couple of injured people that ended up in the hospital, and we don't want any of our community members to end up in a hospital, any of the electric scooter riders to end up in a hospital, especially because someone made a poor quality electric scooter and then refused to change anything about it. And I said, I hope that the governments around the world is going to step in and protect consumers from poorly made products instead of just favoring revenue and taxes. So that's going to be all for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. Thank you for every view, every comment and everything. I wished for Christmas to reach 500 subscribers. Unfortunately, I didn't, but still, thank you all who subscribed. And also in every video description, you can see Amazon links. Those are affiliate links. I do get a small commission, doesn't cost you anything extra, but all those links are products that I'm using myself and I can recommend you. No matter are you starting a YouTube channel or you're repairing scooters or whatever. If at any stage I get disappointed or something shows that it's not such a good quality, I remove those links. So you can trust that 100% that those are good products in those links. Also, if you want to support me in any other way or help me out, you can always leave a comments down below with some video ideas or whatever you want. And also you can buy me a coffee. That's also another nice way to support me. So yeah, that's all for this episode. I hope you enjoy your holidays with your family and with your loved ones. And till next time, guys, please stay safe out there and respect other road users. Bye-bye.